everyone, it's Tony from Stamps by Me. Welcome to the How to Craft Network studio. This is an amazing class for our lovely Paperchain followers. If you did get the collection, absolutely well done, an amazing collection. And this is your class, which is going to help you get into the depths of papercraft and have some fun and create something that you wouldn't normally make. So if you've got your kit home, you will have scanned that QR code and it will have brought you to me, Tony Darragh from Stamps by Me, and I'm going to show you a cute album that is brilliant for beginner, but if you want to jazz it up and make it awesome for a more advanced, then you can absolutely do that. So in your kit you should have your 12 by 12, 8 by 8, and that's your pattern. Then we have the 8 by 8 foundation. Then you have some word and floral stamps, and then you have the gnomes and the coordinating dies. Absolutely gorgeous. Well done if you did manage to get the collection, and I'm delighted that you're here with me today to create something amazing. I'm just going to show you though a couple of the lovely samples made in show and some from our design team. So hopefully if you have got your kit out and you're wanting to have a stamping day, then you can have a stamping and die cutting day. Today's class is about a mini album, but here are some other fabulous samples showcasing how to get the most out of the rest of the collection too. So you have shaped cards with the gnomes on there. You have paper collections too, so if you want to do gift sets and stamp those lovely stamps with the words, add the coordinating envelopes and make bundles and gift cards and sets, you can do that too. Fussy cutting the papers takes it to a whole new level, and if you want to pick up some pens today, then hopefully this card is going to inspire you to do that. It's got lots of fussy cut elements on there as well. Here we are, very clean and simple, nice shaker card on here. So the elements from the papers cut through, embellished. And then what about if you just want to use your embossing folders, cut away some of the gnomes? You can totally do that. And here are just a few more examples with the clean and simple system. Cascades, as you would say. So hopefully if you're not in the album making mood, one of these cards will inspire you to at least pick up that collection and have a play today. I'm super excited because if you're not an album maker, we're going to be making this cute little wallet, which can be used for all sorts of things. So it can be used for your teas, gift cards, tickets, albums, photographs, and it has the foldable pages all made with our fabulous papers, which are in the Sunshine in My Pocket collection, and you can build and make giftables with all of the papers. Now you could absolutely batch make this. This only takes about 20 minutes, might take a little bit longer in this class, but that's because I'm talking you through every stage. But you can absolutely have fun. This could absolutely go in a little box, be a treat. I'm super excited about this. Now, because this is the first class of the Paperchain range, I have written a few things down here and I'll try and keep them in shot for you. So when we are doing this together, you'll be able to craft along. It is super easy. If you are a beginner crafter with album making, you've come to the right place. But equally, as Paperchain produces more lines, which are going to be once a month, you are going to be able to see how we grow as a community. Paperchain is going to be that wonderful community where we can craft together. So products you're going to need is a cutter, a scoreboard, and some glue and some scissors. Nothing more. My trimmer here is a cutter and a scorer at the same time. Everything I'm using is available on the website, so if you don't have a score tool or a cutter or punches and things like that, they're all available on the website, but equally you may have something in your stash that's going to work. So let's crack straight on, shall we? So you can see from our list here, we need 1 times 6 by 8 inch paper. Now the difficult part is picking the paper, isn't it? So you do have your foundation paper and you do have your pattern paper. So what are we all going to go for? Oh, decisions. Now I'm just going to grab some of my patterned paper here. So if you're looking through your papers now, this one's going to be part of your front cover. So pick probably the one that you really like. I like this one. I like the big, bold, glamorous flowers on there. I hate cutting into them though. But yes, so I'm going to cut this one at 6 by 8. So I just need to take a slither off one side. So if you're crafting along, if at any point I do race ahead, you can pause me, mute me. You can do whatever you please at any point. I think once you've done one, you'll be good to go though. So I'm just going to cut this at 6 because this is an 8 by 8 pad, so it's cut at 8. So there we go, our first piece, 1 times 6 by 8 inch. There we go, super, super easy. So now I need to score at 4 inch, turn it around and score at 3. So half and half, okay? So let's pop this in here. So my cutter scores 2 with the white one here, but you might need to get a scoreboard out, okay? So on this one here, it says, let's just have a look, score at 4 inch. So I'm just going to pop it in, I'm just going to line it up at 4 inch. I'm just going to score it there. And then turn around and score at 3. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's great to get crafting together, isn't it? Absolutely great. So there we have our score. So shall we just fold them in? And fold the other one too. Give it a good old crease on there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut up that score line to the centre there. So I'll just see if I can see my score line. I'll turn it over and do it because I can see the score line a little bit better. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and take it up to that score line. Like so. So you have sort of a flap design on here. Let's just give it another score. So you need to think about which side do you like the best. I don't know. I like both. So all we're going to do is, let's go with this side for now. I'm going to fold it down and bring one to the front and one to the back. So just play around with it. So let's have a look. So I've got a page here, a page here. Does that make sense? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue along here and across here, and that's going to seal that and make it a lovely pocket on the album. Now let me just try it the other way, see which I like best. Decisions, decisions. I think I'm going to go this side because I want to embellish the front. Oh, I don't know. Well, let's just go with it. So it'll look like this here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some glue across the back and the top and seal this one shut, and then that will leave me this pocket in the centre. Can we see that there? So let's just grab the glue. Now you could batch make these, could make lots of these. So I'm just going to pop some glue on the back here and up the top. And then I have, can we see the pocket in the centre there? Because we just glued it at the side there, and we've glued it at the back, so there's no open end, although you can leave the end open. We do lots of mini albums here in the How to Craft Network, so we've got a lot of variations, and every time we bring out a new paper chain range, I'm going to step it up and add a bit more and a bit more. So hopefully by the end of the year we're doing a really big album, guys, really big. And it's about building that papercraft community. Although you do get stamps and dies, and they're amazing, and we'll use them all the time, won't we? But this is just making you use those papers. So we have our front page, the inside, then we have our pocket in the middle, and then we have a back. So now it's time to add some more pages. So we'll just set this one aside. So our next one is 2 times 4 by 4 inch squares. Okay. I'm just going to bring in my cutter and I'm just going to pick my paper again. Now the inside is quite busy on mine, so I think I'm going to go a little bit plain. So this is where you can pick your foundation paper, you know, the foundation paper that looks like it's metallic. Ooh, foundation. Let's do a foundation actually. So I'm going to cut this one at 4 by 4. Now all of the pieces that you cut away, save, because they work for pockets and embellishments and closures and belly bands, so make sure you save. So now I have 2 4 by 4 squares, which it says here, look, 2 times 4 by 4 squares. Super easy. Okay, let's just move this out of the way. You can quickly see how this album comes together so quick. And then it says score at 1 inch. Well, it's an equal square, so it doesn't matter which side I score. So let's score at 1 inch. so you can see the 1 inch here on my page. I'm just going to pop it in there, close it shut, and I'll use my score tool. Make sure I've got a score line in there yet, and then we'll do the same on this one. There we go, just move this out of the way for now. So I'll just score it on that line there. And so here's a few cool things. If you have a circular punch, corner punches, this is where you can really jazz it up. They are available on the website, but equally if you don't have them, you can still make a gorgeous album, okay? I didn't use them so much in the example one, but I am going to show you how we will use it in this one, because it's super cool that because probably most of you do have a circle punch, but if you don't, they are super inexpensive. So all I'm going to do on this hinge here is I'm just going to punch like a finger hole. So this indicates to whoever's going to get it that there's going to be something behind here. And I'm going to do the same on this one too. You don't have to have this system though. And if you haven't got a hole punch, but you would like to get this effect, if you take a lid from one of your wow powders and draw around and then just cut it away, that works equally as well. Okay, so we have two sorts of pockets. Now I'll just move this out of the way because that's the complicated stuff over. Right, so this is where it becomes really, really cool. So on the front here, we can glue this to the front. Can we see here? And we have another page, and we also have that awesome pocket in there. So let's go ahead and glue this one in. So when I'm gluing this in, ladies and gents, I'm only going to do left, bottom and right, and this means we can get our tea, our voucher, our tickets in behind this lovely hinge. So don't put lots of glue on because it will just splurge out. Like so. And then I'm just going to butt it up to that page there. And we'll just give it a good old push down. So now we have an extra page. Yeah! Then we have our next page. Let's give it a good old pinch. And then I'm going to pop this one on the back page here, look. Let's just see which way. I think I'm going to do it that way. So we have a nice light colour on the back, like so. So the same again. So glue on the bottom. Like so. And we'll just pop this down here, butt it up to the side. And we have another page with a beautiful pocket here. How easy was that? How easy was that? We already have our album. Now here comes the good stuff and the fun stuff, decorating it. What are we going to do? So from the 6x8 page, you have some leftovers here. So you can absolutely make belly bands, pockets if you want to. You have this strip as well. So I would say definitely make a few. So this is the offcut from our 6x8. If you remember the 8x8 page, this is that 6x8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a nice wrap, which is going to create a closure. So this is just from that offcut from that 6x8. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it inside here. Which way do I want it? Let's go this way. Ooh. Let's see what's going to look the best on this side. Oh, I don't want it to match. Let's go this. So I'm going to pop this inside here. Like so, and then I'm just going to close my book. I'm just going to gently wrap the band around. Now you do need some grace to get those tea bags in, so when you wrap it round, give yourself this sort of grace here. Can you see this little bit of grace here? And that's going to compensate for the bulk of those tea bags, okay? And then I'm just going to pop a little pinch in here where I want to cut it, and then I'll pop it in my guillotine and cut it off. Now, let's just see what the measurement of this is, just in case people do want to run by measurements. That's absolutely fine. Let me just see where I cut it. There we go. So it's cut at 13, okay? So the offcut I cut at 13, and I find my cut mark. Where's it gone now? There we are. So I have my sort of panel here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue. How easy is this, guys? Are you loving it? Are you loving it so far? I hope so. Super easy. Super, super easy. And you're going to get better and better. The next collection Helen is launching herself, although I will be in studio showing you it on Studio 3. But again, I have a class already planned for that one, and it's stepping up from this one. So all of the core elements in here you've learnt from this one will be built into the next one with some new elements from that one too. So you can see now we have sort of a lovely closure on there. Now I'm being very careful with my closure because I've got no bulk in it at the moment. I haven't decorated any pages and I haven't put any of my pretty teas inside either. So I would like something to hold the tea bag on the front. So I'm going to take my papers and I'm going to pick something that looks appropriate. Let's have a look on here. So that's, you do need florals. So you could pick a really big daisy or a corner embellishment like this one. Like you could pick this part here. Could pick the corner. I would go for something a little bit chunkier though. Let's have a look on here. Just so you know, your tea bag or whatever you're popping in the front is going to stay put, not move. Let's have a look. I'm looking through my offcuts now. I am so tight. Here, look. I am so tight. You all know me well. Here, look at this one. So that's a little bit big, I think. Tony. Oh, I think though we could we use this one? Let's have a look. No, not quite. And the beauty of Paperchain as well is I haven't given you lots and lots of sheets, because I do feel like, although we love papers, we like to stroke them, we do want to use them, don't we? We really, really do. So I've only put in there what I think you're going to need, okay? Oh, and then you move on to the next one. We'll move on to the next one and then the next one. And then hopefully you shouldn't have too much left by the time you've used your stamps and your dies in with. Right, what am I going to use? Come on, Tony, think about this. I think I'm going to go for sort of this look here. Right, let's go for it. So I'm going to just fussy cut around. Now you don't have to do this. You could cut a whole daisy if you wanted to, and just pop your picture, ticket, note, anything behind if you wanted to. Stick it on the front as a one. I do like it where it does have that soft edge. Now I think this is going to be too big, but I can always cut it down, so I'm not too precious about it. I'm going to skip that daisy because it's really big. Let's just get around this one for now and then I'll tidy it up. So you can see sort of like, can you see? So any offcuts maybe are probably better for this sort of thing. So you could do a pocket at the base. Now take it off here and just have it at the base. So when you pop a tea in, you could have the pocket at the base. So your closure goes like so. So I don't think there are any rules. I would probably say just experiment. In fact, I might do that because that is a little bit different. Yeah, I'm going to go bottom. So I'm just going to taper this design off a little bit, just maybe capture a little bit of that daisy there. See what this looks like. A little bit more. And I like that a lot. Now you're probably thinking that's getting lost. Bear with, because when you've got your tea behind, It doesn't get lost, does it? So let's just pop some glue around the base of this one. I'm just going to do it down the base. Give it a second to grab. And then we have the pocket on the front, and we'll come back to that. So on this closure part here, I would like to corner those harsh lines. So if you do have a hole punch, a corner punch, these are on the web. But if you don't, you can do it with your scissors. So it just softens that curve when it comes round. So on the inside here, I have pattern papers. So think about, because you've got that complete collection, you have those stamps and dies. You could create some bookmark tags with these, and these would fit, the little two here would fit into the pockets of these if you wanted to. But let's go ahead and embellish this sort of area. So again, I'm going to go back to my offcuts because I am so tight, as you all know. And I'm going to I'm going to do that because that's quite nice. That's asking to be cut away. So I'm just going to cut away this one. So the plainy foundation papers are brilliant because it enables you then to go back in with your papers and fussy cut those florals, create three-dimensional pockets, so on and so forth. It's so cool. I absolutely love playing with paper. Yes, I am a stamping company. I love stamping too. But my love of paper is crazy, really. So look, I could create another pocket here. Can you see that now? And then we can pop something down there. Let's do that. So the complicated part took the whole 5 minutes. Now you're just with me having fun, pure fun. And when we're crafting together. Don't forget to share your makes once you've done this class on our social media Eureka fan page, because we'll love to see your makes. And we also ask that you share the love of craft if you are able to. Share that you can share this QR code. Get people, I'm not precious, people don't have to use my products to enjoy the inspiration. I do it for everybody, so I appreciate not everybody can afford everything all the time, so please share it. And let's carry on. So, oh, they've got this one here. Now, I think we just need like a little base pocket, like a plain one. So we could go with the stripe and pop a stripe pocket across the base here. Now, you see like these things where you have offcuts from pages and pockets. Too small. So I have some panels here from some offcuts too. Keep them all together. So, oh, look at this one. This one looks cool. So we know that that was a 4 by 4 inch square, and we scored it at 1, didn't we? So I know now that this is 3. So I'm going to cut this at 3. And what will happen is once you've got your base, sort of the foundation of your book made, you will just keep adding and add. Oh, scored that one. You will just keep adding and adding and adding with all of the embellishments, adding pockets, being creative. Now I am just going to get my hole punch and make it so people know that there is a pocket there. So you get that hinge. So now you can see more pockets. Just be mindful if you're planning on putting, such as I have with tea, I've only got 3 teas in here, but if you are planning on popping more in, make sure you give yourself the grace with your closure, so it does actually wrap around. You could pop a magnet under here, so it closes with a magnet. Mine doesn't close with anything, I just like how free it is, but you could do whatever you wanted with yours. And we have this pocket here, what we've just done. So I've used that pattern one there. So shall we do a plain one on here so it's not all the same? Name tags, gift tags, seeds. Somebody's got a friend who likes seeds, and we have our lovely pocket here on the end. Look, I'm just going to punch that one with my hole punch as well. Give that so people know that that is a pocket too. And then, oh, I might just leave that plain. That might put sentiment on there. So let me just think about how I'm going to decorate here. So I need a closure on here, and I do love a good daisy. So let me find a complete daisy. This one looks like it's going to fit beautifully. It fills me with joy knowing that you're going to watch this tutorial and actually cut into the papers, because I know from past companies, including myself, have sold papers and nobody's actually cut into them because the inspiration or the help or, you know, just the mojo to encourage you to get them out and play with them hasn't been there in the past. Now, we have done paper collections, and we always have that QR code where you can scan it and see me live in studio using it in some way or another, but at no point, I don't think, has any company offered this sort of extra tuition where we encourage more than just a card or more than just a little gift. We're building Paperchain to such that we will be making extravagant albums. So the QR code is an updating QR code, and you can always go back and catch the first show, the second show, the third show. So if you're coming late to the party with Paperchain, the QR code is there for you. It will be loaded onto YouTube too. So, you know, if you want to build with paper and play with paper, maybe you've been stamping all your life and you do want a little bit of a change, then this Paperchain experience is totally going to change the way you look at craft. So I'm just going to pop this one on here like so. Still lacking is that, so I might get some leaves from somewhere. And you're always going to get me, which, do you know what, I'm really pleased about, because I don't get time to play anymore. The only time I get a chance to play really is when I'm creating boards or doing my demos. So Paperchain is really going to enhance the way that I craft. It's going to help me out as well. Super cool. So I'm just trying to find one with some green leaves on out of my whole pile. I have found this one, but I didn't really want to cut into this because it's a full panel. I told you I was tight. So I'm just going to cut this leaf. Now I'm going to give these a little bit of dimension. I'm just going to glue them at the base. So this is just going to set my design apart because it's quite flat at the moment. Well, it won't be when I put my tea in, but here's one leaf, look. And I am going to push it so it's off the page. So I've got that one there, look, so it's off. Can you see? Let's go get another one. You could add embellishments, hessian, sparkles, sequins. You could personalise with your name, with your letter dies, add embossing folder texture. Doesn't that look pretty? Could do another one. Shall we try and find one more? But then let me just very quickly show you. So say for instance with this one, we could use these as tags, as toppers, do the measuring guys, but then pop a hole punch in and we have a tag look. So then the tags, so all of the offcuts go into the pockets. Do not waste anything, nothing at all. Half a tag here, so I'll pop that one in the back there. So let's just have a look where we're going with this. So let me take all of my teas out of mine. Again, you don't have to use tea. I do like to give teas. I just think it's time for yourself. So let's go front. So I'll pop this in the front. Oops. Just give this a good score. I'll put that in last. So let's see. We definitely need one in this pocket, don't we? So I'll pop one in there. And I think one at the back, you know. And if you struggle a little bit fitting them in, obviously these seeds and things are easy to fold, manipulate a little bit. I mean, this fits fine, but you know, you can sort of like score it off a little bit if that helps you get it in the pocket even better, a little better. Like so. There we go, so you can see. And then behind here, if you have any more offcuts, you could cut some hearts. I mean, do the measuring. Look at that. Look at state. Tony. Eee. A bit better. Pop some ribbon around. Some embellishments. 3D the flowers. But you can see simply. How gorgeous is that? And I'll bring in the other one as well. It's got no tea in it, but you get to the idea. Super cool, ladies and gents. What do we think? I hope today's show has inspired you to dig out the papers once they've come through the post. I really do. That is what Paperchain is all about. And I really do want you to feel inspired and get involved in the love of craft. You are absolutely free to share the QR code with your friends. They can utilise the papers they have in their stash. All the ones that you've bought, you can share them. Paperchain is absolutely the way forward. We have a fabulous collection coming for you every month, and you'll be able to scan that QR code and make decorative elements that are going to see you through your craft and maybe step out of the norm. So whatever you're doing, have a great day, and I'll see you all for the next Paperchain launch. See y'all later. Bye.